back to Ferelden and Dragon Age Origins. Last time we went to Ostagar to join the Grey Wardens. Realized we were basically giving ourselves a death sentence in 30 years in order to fight the Archdemon, but hey. Hello, Sovereign. Welcome to Strem. Unfortunately, though the planet Ostagar was succeeding, and in fact, the Ferelden and Grey Wardens down below were holding their own and actually winning against the Darkspawn Horde, when Alistair and I lit the beacon to signal Terran Logain Mactyr to charge. Instead, he retreated, like the cowardly traitor he was. So everybody down below got massacred. Alistair and I barely survived due to the intervention of Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds. And she has bade Alistair and I and Barkspawn to fulfill our duty as Grey Wardens, assemble an army to replace the one lost at Ostagar, and oh yeah, take her daughter Morgan with us, for reasons. Morgan told us that our best bet would be to head to the little village of Lothering, to regroup, plan our next strategy, and resupply. So that's where we're headed. Alright, we're going to Lothering, a small town just off the Imperial Highway at the edge of the hinterlands. Denerim.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak.
Tegan.
You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
I mean, it was.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you.
Notice he didn't deny
The Banor
Bantegan's
will not bow to you simply
accusations.
because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to the
Not
selection
accusation,
of
but
you
implication.
or anyone.
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Shots fired. It does work. 15 stream streak. Thank you,
Wake
Zav.
up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. I'd guess the pretty one is the leader.
Flattery will get you
They
nowhere.
don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Heinrich. That's why it's a toll. and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
Forget it, I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
You can certainly try.
Well, this is going nowhere. Let's finish this, gents.
Yeah!
Shot him.
What? Civil bandits? Yep. Oh, I'm still using fire arrows. Holy shit, okay.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
Get by, you're a criminal.
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
Hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we
So
collected are
stuck.
right
Yep.
here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
Now I'm turning you into the authorities.
There aren't any. Just the Templars, and they'll execute me.
Did I stutter? Then I'll execute you here!
I'm not going down without a fight.
Maker!
Nice clean cuts. I try. Alright, well, let's loot this bandit here. He's got a fire crystal. Ooh, a dead Templar. Rigby's Last Will and Testament, Ancient Treaties, Water and Food. Oh wait, that's what we already have. Never mind. Knight's Locket and a Knight's Note. Ooh, new quest, Fallen Templar. A note from Sir Henrik. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely most of them had found Brother Genitivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genitivi holds the key to finding the urn of sacred ashes. We always knew this, but I believe I now know where Brother Genitivi lives, or lies. I have been to his home in Denerim and found the trail. I am amazed that the other knights have not done likewise. Yeah, go ahead and let those play. Let the ads play. We need to recharge our flares. Unless they have. No, it is best not to get caught up in thoughts of conspiracy. Sir Donald awaits my report in Lothering. I must go to him immediately and report what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he complete what I cannot. A note from Sir Henrik of Redcliffe. Alright, so Queen Honora is the daughter of Logain MacTyr. After fleeing like a coward and a traitor, he returned to Denerim and declared himself the regent, aka dictator. Bantegan Gurin. The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it. Younger brother to Arl Eamon of Redcliffe and uncle to King Caelan, Tegan holds the Banorn of Rainsphere, a tiny province in Redcliffe squeezed between the Frostback Mountains and Lake Calenhat. Bantegan avoids the Denerim court except to go hunting with his nephew and rarely makes himself heard at the landsmeet, preferring to leave politics to his brother. Lothering. In ancient times, Lothering was little more than a trading post that served the fortress of Ostagar to the south. Nowadays, it is larger, serving Redcliffe and the community of merchants and surface doors near Orzammar. Its location on the North Road gives it a strategic value, so control of Lothering was historically been a matter of contention between the southern Banorn and the Southreach Arling. King Cousland himself stepped in and awarded the town to Southreach in the Exalted Age, which has largely ended the feud, or at least the appearance of it. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. Alright, make a leader.
All right.
Just gonna grab that. That. Oh, Park Spawn leveled up. Cool. Let's give him some Constitution. And some more Strength. Trapture, some Quartz.
Now's better than later.
Studded leather armor. Alright.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
I mean, Morgan, have you ever heard of the phrase not kicking a man when he's down? What'd you want to talk about, Stir?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
I need to look for Fergus. He might still be alive.
He was out scouting in the wilds, wasn't he? That's what the king said.
Then attempting to look for him there would be foolish. He is either dead or he managed to flee to the north.
Very sensitive.
I am simply saying that it is foolish to mount a rescue when you have no notion where this man is and the wilds are overrun with darkspawn.
That's a fair
You'll either
point.
find him somewhere outside the wilds with other survivors, or not at all.
You have some thoughts on that point, Alistair?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
No, not yet.
There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving for Eldon to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Okay. What do you think we should do, Morgan?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Yes, he certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Okay. So, Morgan makes a good point. Dealing with Loghain directly does have some tactical benefit. It would mean we basically cut the head off the snake. However, Alistair also raises a point. Loghain's probably in Denerim, surrounded by his entire army who has our descriptions and won't hesitate to kill us. And, well, I'm a Cousland, meaning that it's likely, since, you know, Howe's men never showed up at Ostagar, he probably teamed up with Loghain, and Howe wants to kill me on sight. So, where should we find these people?
I can give you directions if you like.
Where do we find Eamon?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
Call not all the bannermen with the battle. True, Sovereign, but we know from the human origins, or the human noble origins, Howe's men were already pledged to the battle. But they didn't show up because they were busy slaughtering everybody at Highever. Yeah. And Eamon apparently wasn't there because he got delayed, and we'll soon find out why. Eamon is poisoned, Howe's a traitor, and Cousland is the victim of that treason. Exactly. Where will we find the Dalish?
If we head eastward, towards the Brazilian forest, we should hear word of one of the clans that wanders that area. Hopefully they will still be there.
The dwarves?
We would need to speak to their king in Orzammar. That means heading west into the Frostback Mountains, which won't be easy.
How about the Circle?
That will be at their tower on Lake Carlenhard to the north. We'll be looking for the first enchanter, whoever that is.
And Loghain's probably in Denerim, right?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course. Then you have a plan.
Why are you leaving it up to me?
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're
Oh,
ready.
I hit the wrong one. Okay. Well, let's...
What do you need?
Did you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
That doesn't mean... he was like a father to you. I understand.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
Well, he had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
No, I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from Highever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
I've lost enough to know what you're going through.
Yes, I imagine you really have, haven't you? Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
I mean, I could have been blunt and said, yeah, my entire family just got murdered recently, but I feel that would be me trying to one-up him. So I figured, to say, yeah, I've lost enough to understand completely. That doesn't seem like a one-upsmanship. That seems more... I know it's suffering's not a competition, but there's a difference between being sympathetic and empathetic, and then, you know, trying to say that your trauma isn't as bad as my trauma. Well, maybe I'll go to Highever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Alright, and then Morrigan.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Did you grow up in the Kakari Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
I mean, you could if you wanted to.
Oh, what luck. What is it you asked if I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Well, that's very daring. It sounds a lot like you from what little I know.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
That was quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
Touching like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so.
I mean, you're not missing
When I
anything.
returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I'm kind of glad it worked out this way, at least.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Barkspawn! Who's a good pupper? Do you see anything interesting? Barkspawn doesn't seem to have found anything. That's okay. Can you do something about this gory mess? He's just gonna lick me. Yay, I'm clean! Good boy. He licked the bandit blood off of me. Elf fruit.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps, you would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Yeah, Alistair, you probably don't want to go up against a battle of wits against a mage. Just saying.
All right, all right.
Alright, let's see.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you. There's none to be found.
Fenris?
Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
What do you mean?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
Can I ask a few questions?
I'm just out here to keep an eye out for Darkspawn. Please ask someone in town. No offense.
Is anyone in charge
The
here?
van has marched north with Tern Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
Alrighty then, well.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Why would I want to help you?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
Let's see here. If I side with the merchant, Morgan will approve. Alistair won't. If I side with the sister, Morgan will disapprove. I mean, she'll disapprove of a lot of things that I'm going to end up doing. Luckily, there's gifts. You know, I'm a Cousland. I am a benevolent ruler of the people. So, you don't think you're being a little unscrupulous?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Alright. I'm not saying you shouldn't charge these refugees. I mean, you had to make a living, obviously. But what's wrong with charging the fair market value for the goods? Or, I mean, since supply is low and demand is high, maybe just above the fair market value. Can't you compromise and still make a profit?
Perhaps. If that woman agrees I'm allowed to charge something.
Do what you must, so long as the prices do not beggar the needy.
Fine, fine, done. And since you don't look too needy, normal prices for you.
So,
Fair enough.
we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Shut
Thank
up,
you for
witch.
your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
I'm gonna be seeing this a lot.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
Actually, I am.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
I wasn't planning on it. Okay, so let's see here. Weapons. I don't need... Well, That's tier 1, that's tier 2, okay. Gonna sell these. Tier 3, so we'll grab that. I'll grab that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Alright, armor. Let's see here. I'm gonna need stuff for 2 people. I don't need shields. Don't need those. Keep that. Get rid of that. 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 Okay, we'll keep these. Get rid of those. That. Okay. We'll buy the wine. Soul Rot Bomb. Get rid of that. Get rid of the acid flasks. Soul Rot coating. Get rid of that. Get rid of the fluorspar, the amethyst, malachite, garnet, the quartz, greenstone, blank vellum. Okay. There we go.
The Chanters are still operating their board.
Now's better than later.
Bandits! Bandits everywhere! As transcribed on behalf of Sir Bryant, Templar and Defender of the Faith. Know that all those who prey upon refugees do so under pain of death. The Maker spurns bandits and their kind. The Templars offer a sizable reward for the apprehension or execution of the bandit leaders plying their trade in the northern woods and roads. Beware! The bandits are numerable and of considerable skill. Only a well-armed and well-trained party should brave the deep wood. We pray for the success of any who undertake this mission. Residents of good standing and passing travelers have indicated there are 3 bandit groups in the northern wood. This humble chanter would echo Sir Brian's caution, lest you wind up another victim to these evil men. The reward for such service is 3 sovereigns. 3 gold pieces, damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're going to accept that. 3 gold pieces. Damn. May the Maker look after his children in our hour of need. Yeah, we're
Dedication.
I'm always down for some bandit killing.
Are on your doorstep. They will feast upon
Aren't you
our
a rogue?
hearts.
Shut up.
There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us. This woman bears their evil stench. Can you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
Why don't you keep your voice down?
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people. I will not be silent.
Please stop. Somebody shut his mouth.
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This
Probably.
minion is but the first of those who will destroy us.
Poor man, what happened to you?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, but we cannot escape the Darkspawn.
Must have been horrible. How did you escape?
I ran, hearing my wife screams as they dragged her off. She had hair the same color as yours.
You're not honoring her death by acting like this.
Are you calling me a coward?
No, I'm calling you an idiot. Listen to yourself for a moment.
I have shamed my ancestors, but the blackness will come.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
There's always hope. Muster your courage.
You're right. We can't give up.
You
But we
probably
can't
should
wait.
leave, though.
What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim. The evil shall descend upon us!
Okay. Short bow ash. Let's see here. Sure you won't mind if I just steal this and this. And since you stiffed me on prices, let me just gonna put that here.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Totally didn't just steal from the guy. Like I said, Carolina is more or less good aligned, but she's got a kleptomania problem. She's working on it.
I'm cold. I don't like this. Have you seen my mother?
Did you and your mother get separated?
Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
Do you know where your father is?
He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back.
Well, come with me. I'll help you look for your mother.
Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village.
Well, then go to the chantry. Someone will look after you.
I will, but only if I don't find Mother first. You're a really nice lady. Kind of like Mother. I should go look for her.
I mean, we do have the same color of hair. Alright, so we got some flasks. And a golden scythe 490 black. Gift for Ogren. This battlefield spirit maintains a chill even in direct sunlight, which it appears to absorb. Optimal serving is by the drop. Contact with exposed flesh is discouraged, but likely inevitable. Yeah, let's take a look at the gifts we've got. One of the mods I have is it actually says who's it for. Like this wine here. This is for Wynn. A flask of red wine. The beef bone is for Darkspawn. Shoulder of beef with bone attached. Silver bracelet can be for anyone. Heavy silver bracelet inscribed with dwarven runes. You know what? Since we kind of pissed off Morgan, let's just... There.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
There you go. Alright, let's cross the bridge.
Just how smart are Mabari supposed to be, anyway? Do you think they understand everything we say?
Conversational barking.
Is that so? You could just be listening to the tone of my voice. You could be an utter moron for all we know. Hey now! There's nothing saying that a moron can't be cute and adorable. Who's the cute and adorable puppy? Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? That's what the Chantry kept telling me anyhow.
Alistair, just know, if you insult my dog again, I'ma smack you. And that's me being nice. This is for Eldon. If you insult a Mabari, usually the penalty is death.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Redcliffe.
He talked to everyone in the... Gavin, how are we supposed to know where the urn of sacred ashes is? Might as well ask us how to get to the moon.
Best be careful. Darkspawn are coming.
Oh, hey, there's a question mark.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
Oh, I'm quite familiar with traps and the like, after I used the mod to gain the trap-making ability.
I would happily pay you to make some. There's wood and nails and other goods around the village and the forest. But you probably already know that. Sorry. Come back if you make some.
Okie dokie. Well, let's see here. The quest. Okay, here's the main quest. Supply. Broken Circle. The Circle of Magi is a group of powerful mages. If you can enlist their help, they will prove a formidable against the Darkspawn. The Circle Tower is situated on Lake Calenat. Nature of the beast. The wandering Dalish elves, if brought together, are a force to be reckoned with. While they remain suspicious of outsiders, they may still honor the old Grey Warden treaties. Go to the Dalish elves and seek their help to fight the Blight. Paragon of her kind. You need to travel deep underground to the fabled dwarven city of Orzammar to earn the trust of her king and dwarven troops for your army. Then the Arl of Redcliffe. Alistair thinks you should seek out the help of Eamon Gurin, the Arl of Redcliffe. Arl Eamon is a highly respected noble and has a great deal of influence in the Landsmeet. Alistair believes he will certainly aid you once he learns about Loghain's betrayal. Enchantress board. Weed out the bandits. And then traps our girl's best friend. Allison has heard that Barlin is setting traps around his land to protect himself from the Darkspawn, and wants to protect herself in a similar fashion. Since Barlin has all the traps in the village, she needs you to make 3 spring traps for her. Okay. Spring trap. Well, let's just create 1, 2, 3. Done.
Did you make any traps?
I have the traps for you.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you, stranger.
Not that they'll actually help you, but I will take your 50 silvers. Yay, more studded leather armor. Boots.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I do not. But my friend Morrigan here does. Don't drag me into this, Warden.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travellers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
All right. Elder Miriam has requested that you use your skill with herbs to craft some lesser health potions. I refuse to call them poultices, because poultices are bandages. These things are fucking potions. 3 of these should suffice. Refer to our notes for specifics. Okay. Alright. Well, Morgan, I need you. No. Put that there. Okay, this is activated, 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 sustained. Activated, 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 sustained. I only want activated on the quick bars. Sustained, activated, sustained, activated, activated. There we go. Okay. Let's make 3 of these lesser health potions. There we go. Animavari Crunch. Let's make 2 of those. Okay.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
Didn't eat 'em. Here you go.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
Yay, we completed the quest. Alright,
How dare you, Cleaver? I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland
The Chasen. The Chasen Wilders have lived in the Kakari Wilds since the first wars of the Alamari drove them southward a millennium ago. According to their own lore, they had always been a forest-dwelling people that adapted quickly to their new home. Game and fish are plentiful in the wetlands, and the Chasen thrived. For a time, they and the hill-dwelling Avars were true threats to the northern lowlands. The Teventer Imperium had arrived and was hard-pressed to keep back the waves of invasions from the south and the west. The fortress of Ostagar was built specifically to watch for the Chasen hordes venturing north of the tree line. It was not until the legendary warrior Haftar soundly defeated the Chasen in the first half of the Divine Age that the question of their ability to contest the lowlands was settled permanently. Today, the Chasen are considered largely peaceful, though their ways are still primitive compared to our own. In the Kakari Wilds, they live in strange-looking huts built on stilts, or even built into the great treetops. They paint their faces and are split into small tribes ruled by shamans like those amongst the Avars. There are many tales of these shamans having learned their magic from witches of the wilds, witches that inspire as much terror as they do awe and gratitude, even if there are no definitive proof they exist. In particular, the Tale of Flemeth, the greatest witch of the wilds, is celebrated amongst all tribes. While there is no way to know how many there are in the wilds today, few travelers have passed through the forest tale of chase and eking out existence even in the frozen wastelands to the far south. One can assume that should the Chasen ever organize themselves once more, we might have reason to fear them here in Ferelden. We ignore them at their own peril. Or our own peril. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar.
As are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
No, I am a thief.
People here are already desperate and frightened. You two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough.
Well, let me steal.
You do not seem a refugee. Were you part of the army?
The carnage we left
You
in
know
the wilds
this
was
place
horrifying.
will be overrun by the Darkspawn soon. If we go, we won't be able to come back.
Shokke basit Isra. Starit, mera de twasit, abana kyun, maras shokra, ananne sam kyun. You aren't one of my captors. I
No,
will
I am
not
not.
amuse you any more than I have the other humans. Leave me in peace.
You're a prisoner. Who put you in here?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
And I am Carolina. Pleased to meet you.
You mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
Well, I do find myself in need of skilled help.
No doubt. What help do you seek?
I'm sworn to defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yeah, I am.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
We'll come to that later. Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
Probably.
Farewell, then.
Eaten alive by Darkspawn. That's cruel. I wonder why the revered mother's so afraid of him.
Who knows? But before we go do that, let's pick up someone that the revered mother might actually find an ally.
How is it that Terran Logain so...
Well, look what we have here then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
And it's
Didn't
not
we spend all
even
morning
my
asking about a woman by
birthday.
this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen her.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Well, it looks like he wants a fight. I'm happy to oblige.
Right, let's make this quick.
I see enemies ahead.
All right, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Take a message to Logain.
What do you want to tell him?
Tell him that the Grey Wardens know what really happened.
I'll tell him. Right away, now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
Well, I appreciate what you tried to do.
I am glad you found it in your heart to offer those men mercy.
No,
Let me
I
introduce
wanted to send a
myself.
message, but
I
sure,
am
we'll go with
Liliana,
Mercy.
one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
What? Well, I am Carolina. Nice to meet you.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why so eager to come with me? Most people would hate it.
The Maker told me to.
Okay. Now, my elf would be probably go either 2 or 3. And since my elven mage was, elf, he'd probably be like, this is where I back away slowly. However, Carolina, as a human noble in Ferelden, would have been raised Androstian. She's got no reason to be anything but, oh, hey, we've got God on our side. Let's go for it. So, the Maker's on my side. Welcome aboard, then.
Then, you believe me? I knew the Maker had sent a true dream. A vision that by serving you, I serve his holy plan.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Shut it.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Alright, so we're gonna put Barkspawn on the bench. And we're gonna bring in Liliana. However, Liliana, just like Carolina, is a rogue. But I'm primarily building Carolina to be a ranged rogue. She's going to be a ranger as her primary thing and an assassin or a duelist as her secondary. Liliana, obviously, is a bard, and then I'm going to have her be an assassin just to round it out. Or a duelist, I don't know. But she's going to be melee primarily. Put those away. Alright, so Liliana. Let's see here. We're gonna take that away. Take that away. We're gonna give you studded leather armor. You've got leather boots, that's good. She just doesn't have gloves. Okay. As for weapons, we're gonna give her that and that. And then we'll give her the wild spell. There you go. Okay. She is equipped. Okay, well, let's talk to this dude.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Know of any well-paying work in Lothering?
Check the chantry's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. No, don't suppose you know anything about, poison?
Poison? I have dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Any idea where I could get ingredients?
There's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster.
Yeah, I found a
don't
full
really
suit of
know what
armor.
you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
Oh, then let me see what you got. Alright. The Thorn of the Dead Gods. It's a dagger with armor penetration. Okay, we'll take it. We're gonna get rid of that. We'll keep that though. We're gonna get rid of that, get rid of these. Imperium crossbow. Oh yeah, I need to give Morgan that. I'll get rid of the longbows. Okay. Lightning rod. Now let's get some more fire arrows. Get 10. There we go. Armor. Stud leather gloves for Liliana. And that for me. I'm gonna get rid of that. 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 Amulet of Accord. Eh. Okay. Golden rope necklace. Morgan. This unique necklace is made of delicate gold strands twisted together in a thick rope. Yeah, we'll buy that. Ale for Ogren. A mug of watered down ale. Okay, well. Shiny gold ring for anyone. A simple gold band polished to mirror-like shine. Alright, I'll do that. Okay. Take the fire arrows off. Enchanted dagger. Take that off. Put on the Thorn of the Dead Gods. And then my boots. Gonna be these boots. Yeah. There we go. Got some gloves. And then you. And take this. You can have the piece of wood. There we go. Oh, yeah. And then gifts. There you go.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
That's for Liliana. Let's give her the shiny gold ring.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Alright. Now, as for poison. Let's see here. Poison's proposition. 3 flasks of venom. Okay. Venom. I need 2 toxin extracts. Okay.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about.
Is there something I can do for you?
I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
Well, I'll take a look.
thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Alright. Scraping the barrel. My friend, there are a number of people who pledge to aid the Blackstone irregulars in times of need. Those times are now. Here you will find 3 letters of conscription. Deliver them to the people listed below and return to the irregulars for your payment. Should any of these people refuse, do what you must to get them to honor their oaths. So we've got General Garrison, Redcliffe, Pater Gritch, Lothering, Varl Bairn, Denerin, your friend Lara. Dereliction of duty. My friend, the irregulars require a trusted agent to track down and deal with deserters. Do this and you'll be rewarded. These deserters took with them valuable supplies crucial to the irregulars' future as a supplier of martial services. Deal with these wastes of space as you see fit, and bring the supplies back as proof that the problem has been dealt with. We will ask no questions as to your methods or the final condition of the deserters. Use your own discretion. You will likely find them in the following locations: Samel, Lake Callanhead, Layson, Denerim, Tornas, Frostback Mountains. Your friend, Tauren. Alrighty, so... wrong one. That one. Okay. So regular, scraping the barrel. We need to find Pater Gitch.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
Oh no, a locked chest. What am I gonna do? Pardon me? You just stole our life
I'll get you a ladder
savings.
so you can get off my back.
So what does a darkspawn look like anyhow? You ever seen one? We're probably going to see plenty sooner or later.
I say later. Much later.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the 2 of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
Curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to it. So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail, I was
Now's better than later.
recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened instead?
I would have turned into a drooling lunatic, slaughtered the Grand Cleric, and run through the streets of Denerim in my small clothes, I guess.
Your self-awareness does you credit.
I thought you'd like that.
There's word of Darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. Yes, my lady? Who might you be?
You can call me Carolina.
I am Sir Bryant, commander of Lothering's remaining Templars. You don't seem like the other refugees. Are you one of Arl Eamon's knights?
Do many of his knights come here?
Some have in recent days. Arl Eamon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donal, is here searching for fantasies. Well, never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
Alright. About those bandits outside the village.
Maker's breath. How many times must we drive them off?
Oh, they won't bother you again. They're dead.
All of them? By yourself?
It's true. I saw it from my post. It was over so fast, we didn't even have time to get over there.
Sad that it needed to come to that. But then they asked for it. Will you accept a small reward for your service?
Certainly, thank you.
If it interests you, there is a Chanter's board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I should go.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
I probably shouldn't tell anybody that I'm a Grey Ward. Just... probably a bad idea.
And when the Maker spoke, a chant of light scattered in the darkness. The word dispelled fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Let those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who
Oh, hey, a chest.
I'll get on it.
A bronze symbol of Andraste. A gift for Leliana. A small bronze plate with the symbol of a flame stamped onto it. Hell, it's probably Leliana's to begin with. She was from this chantry. Here you go. Oh, why thank you, Warden. It looks exactly like the medallion that I once had at the Lothering Chantry. Yeah, what a coincidence. I totally didn't get it from there.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donal? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness. But I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
I was hoping to meet Arl Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We need his help against Terran Logain.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Terran Logain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden.
Yeah, so I'm learning.
Whatever the Terran has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Do you think Logain is involved with the Arl's illness?
The Arl fell ill before the king died. But what if Logain planned that too? Oh, such thoughts do not sit well with me.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
By the way, your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I dealt with the bandits that killed him.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
So your quest for the ashes brought you here?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact. But my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
Tell me more about this urn.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
Well, perhaps I could help you.
Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, my lady. You have been most helpful.
All right, well. There.
redemption delivered. And those who have sinned...
That's a cabinet.
And
Can't
when the
unlock.
chant spreads across all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication.
Alright. Let's talk to the revered mother.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
I do not recognize your companion. Greetings. Will you be making a donation to the Chantry? Our need has never been greater.
Again, because Carolina is an Andrastian, she has no reason not to make a tithe. So what tithe is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
I can afford it. Alright, there you go.
Thank you, dear woman. What can I do for you then?
I want to talk about Sten, the Canary you imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
What did he do?
He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Canary gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Canary just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them.
What would make him do such a thing?
He would not say, though he acknowledged his guilt. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Canary is a danger.
Well, is there any way I can convince you to release him?
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I was thinking you might release him into my custody.
And what do you say on this, Leliana? You know your friend better than I.
These are unusual times, Your Reverence. With us, the Kunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and make her watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
Oh, hey, Liliana liked that I gave the tithe. Hold on. Fuck. I was hoping she had a key to the cabinet. Oh well, okay, let's go free Sten.
Now's better than later.
So, let me get this straight. You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Okie dokie. Well, before we release Stan, let's...
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through. Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the Blight.
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a Blight to stop.
Alright. Okay, Sten. Time to get you out of there.
You wish something more of me?
I have the key to open your cage.
I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it.
She agreed to release you into my custody.
So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight.
Very well. I will let you out.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Thank you, Sten. Glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Alright, Sten is a warrior. We're gonna drop Liliana, because we technically don't need her anymore.
Yes.
But unlike, Alistair, Sten specializes in big fucking swords. So that's what we're gonna give him. Let's go with armor. We're gonna give him the heavy chainmail. Chainmail boots. Splint mail gloves. And the Thane helmet. Guess that makes him look weird. But Canary should have horns. Then we're going to give him, for his ranged, we're going to give him the crossbow. Then, for his normal sword, we're going to give him the balanced greatsword. Alright.
Why are we stopping?
I think we should talk for a moment.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Are you alright? You were in that cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
You said you were in the army.
I am.
Why would the Qunari send soldiers here?
The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Qunari. We are how my people know the world.
Doesn't that make your view of things a little skewed?
Compared to what?
Well, good question.
What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes. We change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting.
What's your hurry?
What a strange language you speak. You say hurry, where I would say duty.
It's not your duty to handle the blight, though.
No, it is yours, and you are chatting with me instead. As you wish.
Alright, well. Let's, venture forth. Oh, hey, there's refugees here. Hi, how's it going?
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Cousland, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
Oh my god. It sucks that we have to kill these guys. Because it's not their fault. They're desperate and just trying to, you know, get fed. But I'm not gonna let them kill me just so they can eat. One, I don't want to die. And two, I kind of have to save the world from the Darkspawn. Hey.
I am your death! Cross me and you shall pay! Now's better than later. So be it. Just call me the Reaper! Run while you still can!
Bite. Ankles.
You okay there, Alistair?
Die already! Someone's gonna fall and it sure won't be me!
Fire!
You're gonna regret this!
Alright. Looks like a couple of us leveled up. That's good. Start with Alistair. You need some more constitution there, buddy. Alright. Let's see here. We're gonna give you precise striking. And then Carolina gets a specialization. So we've got 4 specializations we can pick from. We can pick from Assassin, which gives us a +2 dexterity and plus 2.5% critical chance. The Assassin finds any notion of fairness a quaint ideal that has no place in combat. Poisons are their weapon of choice, as are crippling strikes that inflict persistent wounds on their foes. As killers, Assassins are a marvel of stealth and efficiency. Bard, which is what Liliana is, basically support assassin. But this is an Orlesian thing. I am not a Orlesian. Got the Duelist, which gives us +2 dex, +1 damage per hit. Duelists are deadly combatants who prefer to fight in light armors and strike light but precise strikes. Experienced duelists have preternatural reflexes that allow them to evade their opponent's clumsy blows, as well as strike with remarkable precision. And then there's the Ranger. Specialization bonus +1 Constitution, +5 Nature Resistance. Rangers have an affinity for open country and wilderness, but as independent scouts and militia, they are opportunists, not stewards of nature. They exploit every advantage of their environment and can lure wild beasts to attack their foes. We're going to go with Ranger. Because we get range bonuses and stuff, I think. So, and I want a wolf. Put that there. Oh yeah, oh okay. Let's do... Yep. Let's grab this.
I'll get on it. All right. Got it.
All right, let's make some poisons. There we go.
Target practice, anyone?
Yay! Quest updated. Ooh, Canary stuff. Wow. Okay, so Great Sword Steel. This is better. So we're gonna do that. This. Heavy chainmail boots. Heavy chainmail steel. gloves. There we go. Alright, so clothing, chanter's board. Killed all the bandits. Okay. Now let's see here. Let's see here. I'm trying to. Regulars. Othering. Scraping the barrel. In the chantry. Okay. That's where that guy is. Good to know. Oh. Stream crashed on my end. Is everyone still here? It's back up now, but I wonder if my browser just timed out. Alright, first we're gonna head back into the tavern and give the dude his poisons.
Alright,
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
Some fellow in the tavern said that the Darkspawn turned folks into ghouls.
Alright. Let's talk with Chanter.
Were you really in that cage for 20 days?
It might have been closer to 30. I stopped counting after a while.
What did you do?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
So many strangers are about now.
Alright, when bears attack. On behalf of Thed the farmer and his departed son, I inscribe this missive. As the Maker is my witness, I charge all those with knowledge of arms and armor to brave the dangers of the northern wood, to find the family of bears that mauled and killed the boy Enith. For they are an abomination in the Maker's sight, and their hides would prove a great comfort to the northern farms and solace for Thed's family. As a chanter for Lothering, I do pledge a sum of 1 sovereign to whoever carries out this the Maker's will. Exercise caution first and foremost. May his light bathe us all. Last keepsake. Thanks to all villagers who opened their barns and crofts to the refugees in these dark times. The chantry regularly hears praise from our visitors, and your virtuous deeds are mentioned in their prayers. Sadly, there is a lone boy in the village whose mother, Goodwife Sarah, is missing. As she has been missing for the better part of a week, as of this writing, she is presumed dead. May the Maker bless her passing. She was a lady of middle years, with red hair and a fond of a green cloak. If any traveler or resident comes across her in the wilds, please return her body or the effects on her remains. In later years, the boy will be thankful to such keepsakes to remember his brave mother by. The office of the chanter will compensate this kindness with the sum of 50 silvers. May the Maker turn his gaze on us all. Matter Gritch, there you are.
Yes? What can I do for you?
I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my sister. Sure, sign the paper, she said. You'll enjoy some coin now, but they'll be back. I guess I'll see you on the front lines.
Sorry about that. Did you just steal from a priest? No. Why would you say that? Who's got the goddamn key to the lowering? This chantry. Okay, special objects. Okay. So if we talk to Byron and tell him we are indeed a Grey Warden, he'll give us the key.
What do you need?
Oh, hi. I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
How did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
I meant before that.
Let's see. I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
What skills might those be?
Well, it wasn't an easy life, you know. I don't know whether or not you've noticed, but I'm not exactly the Chantry type. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Why did the Grand Cleric want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
I'm sorry.
No, it's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't be. It's fine. He died a hero. They all did. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
The Canary, out of its cage.
Indeed.
I would question this, but I have far more pressing matters to deal with. Misstep, creature, and it will be your last.
A Canary does not misstep.
And who are you, then?
I am the Grey Warden, Carolina.
I see. I am Ser Bryant, commander of the Lothering Templars. Tern Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the King's death. You know this, I hope.
The Grey Wardens did no such thing.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Tern claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
Is there any other help you can offer?
I cannot openly help you, I fear, but... Here, take this key. It opens the large cabinet on the far wall. There is more there than we can carry when we evacuate, so take what you need.
I should go.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
Alright. Yeah, bringing the Canary into the Chantry probably wasn't the best idea, but whatever.
I'll get on it.
Fancy vase and health potions. Yay. Alright, we'll head back into the wooded areas. Because we got 2 more Chanter quests, and we have to meet a couple people. And then, it'll be off to camp.
So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there. No one else.
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
Hey, it's them wolves. I should bring my own.
All right.
You find the body of the boy's mother and have recovered her keepsake. Alright, where are the... Nope, there's something. At the bars! Alright. Let's head back to the Chantry. Or the Chantry's board.
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day. And the stars stood still, the winds did quiet, and all animals of earth and air held their breath. All was silent in prayer and thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll get on it.
Alright, I think we got everything.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Have anything of interest on the board?
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Alright, so I think we got everything. engraved soul.
Someone help us!
No end to no mercy!
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
It's a bit complicated, but you're welcome to come along.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer. There may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
All right. Why do you have your weapons out? Small car statuette. For Alistair, a small carving of a robed woman. Okay.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you kindly for
Blood Mage.
all your assistance.
Alright, so Maleficarum regrets. I won't go back. Let them hunt, and dread finding me. But you, Melis, should not live this life. It would please me if you found a life in the Circle Tower. I left a few things there, mostly stolen from the Enchantress. Sell them to fund a new path. The cash is in the study area, middle alcove. Goodbye. Belle Gruce. Letter from the Blackstone Irregulars to the middle... Oh yeah, I gotta go back to... to the inn and turn in that quest. Bye-bye, Wolfie.
I hear there isn't even really any dark. Yes.
What are we doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Do you have to be so literal?
No, it's a choice, not a necessity.
Are you going to answer my question?
I did. Parshera, was there anything else?
Discussing.
Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
And what was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
What's his Arishok?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
Did you find the answer to his question?
A portion of it.
And what was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
So what are you still doing here then?
I cannot go home.
Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on.
Let's go.
As you wish.
They're a devious lot, that's for sure.
Maker's blessings upon you, Warden.
Should go out to the dwarves. They're safe from all these darkspawn, I bet. Living underground, that's the way to go.
They won't let you in.
Huh.
You'll be out of luck at their door. You're gonna have to wait.
Oh, let's loot these.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
All right. Camp time. First, movie time. That was intense.
Bad dreams, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. Seems so real.
Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
The Archdemon, is that the dragon?
I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too.
Well, thank you, Alistair. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for. To deliver unpleasant news and witty one-liners. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
All right. Now that we're at camp, we've got some new stuff to do. We can, I think we even got new items and stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennec at your service once again. I saw your camp and remember the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
What are you selling exactly?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Well, you're free to stay.
Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If You should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Alright. Let's see here. Alright, we'll see if this starts working. Let's see. Let's give him Oathkeeper.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Well, what enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
I want some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Alright, we're going to put the Journeyman Lightning Rune in this. And then that will have the Novice Flame Rune.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Doesn't feel like I get a discount, but whatever. Alright, so... hell no. Armor, Conspirator's Foil. Proving Helm. Oh my god, okay, Spellboard. Increases monetary gain. We're gonna go ahead and just buy that. Alright, what gifts do you got? Oh, this is where we get the thing. Okay. These are the festival day things. They can either 100% approval rating, or they can tank it. So we got the Grey Worn Hand Puppet. This tin-helmeted puppet is painted with the blue and gray heraldry of the Grey Wardens. Stick. This stick is sturdy stick is well weighted for throwing. The Fat Lute. A favorite of traveling bards, the fat-bodied lute is a sturdy instrument with a rich tone and a melodious sound. King Marek's Shield. 2 dogs rampart mark this shield for the House of Theron. It bears scars from many battles. Alistair doll. This little doll, fashioned with rags and stuck with pins, is eerily reminiscent of Alistair. Beard flask. Fashioned from a nug's stomach, this fascinating dwarven device is like a loose-fitting muzzle that sits beneath the beard and keeps the drinker's alcohol accessible, even after he loses feeling in his arms. Pet rock. Someone has painted a pair of eyes and a goofy smile on this rock. Canary prayers for the dead. The words are in a strange spidery script, but the fine etchings demonstrate a clear respect for the departed. Amulet of Memories. The simple patterns along this locket's outer edge are worn smooth, and a dark patina clouds the glass. Rare Antivan brandy. Pulling the stopper from the bottle reveals hint of exotic passion fruit. The alcohol content is low by local standards, just enough to keep the conversation flowing, as the Antivans say. The complete genealogy of the kings of Ferelden. Chapter upon chapter, verse upon verse, this dense tome enthusiastically details the countless branches of the Ferelden's royal family. The final entry describes King Marek's ascent to the throne. Protective cone. A pearly white cone of unknown material attached to a dog collar. It looks like it would be uncomfortable to wear. Ugly boots. Many insects died to make these iridescent boots. What a waste. Elysian mask. Fashioned of lace and porcelain, this expensive mask, the height of fashion for Elysian nobility. Chant of the Light, unabridged. This luridly illustrated copy of a Chantry Teachings, complete with a 100-page concordance, an overly simplistic collection of daily affirmations about how the chant can bring light to any life. Scented soap. This bar of brightly colored soap smells of elf fruit blossoms. Butterfly sword. It is unclear whether this gaudy blade is meant as a weapon of war or simply a stage prop. Cat lady's hobble stick. The gnarled staff carries odors of cat urine and prune juice. Chastity belt. This iron girdle looks distinctly uncomfortable. A sturdy iron lock keeps the loin secure. Oh my god. Thoughtful gift. They say it's the thought that counts. And this gift is always sure to please. Lump of charcoal. A chunk of firewood pulled from the remains of last night's campfire. How sweet. Rotten onion. It's unclear which smells worse, the onion or the rot. Uncrushable pigeon. This pigeon coos happily, apparently comfortable in the knowledge that no force could ever crush it. We're not going to get into those quite yet, but, you know, it's fun to figure out who those are for. But I think this is going to be the end of the stream for today. Or for now. So we'll go ahead and hard save the game. I will be live around 7 p.m. my time, which is central, so that would be 2.5 hours. And we will be playing Batman Arkham City. So I hope to see you there. Thank you all for joining me, and we will continue Dragon Age Origins next week on Wednesday as we chat around camp, figure out where we're going to go, and probably end up going to our first DLC quest, which is Sulker's Pass, aka Shale's quest. But I will see you guys in a couple hours. Take care, everybody.